All right, welcome back to Perdido Key Gaming. Today we're going to do some Magic the Gathering, but I thought I'd do something different. What I got here is a deck creation, total red. This is an example of what with these toolkits, what you can do with these toolkits that Wizards used to still put out, but. Anyway, this is not necessarily, it's more of a modern / pioneer deck, pretty low budget, because there's only put 4 rares in here, and I'll bet you can't guess which 4 rares it is. Anyway, yeah, it is pretty basic, and what I like to do is, in case I get rid of this deck, sell it or give it away, or give it to somebody to play. I put a little, little description of what's in here: mountains, creatures, and other spells. It's definitely not Pauper, since it's got the rares in it, right? Maybe not Peasant either, right? But then I give a little description of what I was thinking of when I, put this together, and then I, print it out and put it in here in case I can't totally remember. Obviously, something like this is open for, modification and everything like that, but, I put the, the suggested 24 lands, right? Why don't you get in your box? But, Shivan aggro, there's not much to explain about this, right? So you got your dragons from the M19 toolkit. Kind of heavy, 6 mana for a 5/5 flyer, but then if you got extra mana, you can pump it up. Definitely pump it up to do something even more devastating. I've seen that happen, especially on Magic Gathering Arena. Can get out of control. Then I put in some Rimrock Knights to give, the adventure, the instant adventure gives +2, +0. And then, of course, you can put them out as a blocker. Well, not a blocker because you can't block. As something to start a fight with. Right? Then you got Viashino Pyromancer, who's always handy because when he gets in the battlefield, he pings, definitely aggro, right? He pings the opponent as soon as he shows up. Then he acts as, blocker or something like that. Swaggering Corsair, when he enters the battlefield, if after your attack, he'll put a +1/+1 counter on it, which, obviously could, is another way of buffing your guys, your creatures anyway. Fervent Paincaster, put him out, or put her out, put it out, and ping your opponent for damage every turn. You just, you tap it, ping it, attack it, and exert, which is a mechanic from Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation. It deals 1 damage to the target creature, but doesn't untap, right, on your next turn. So Embereth Paladin, ubiquitous. I mean, it feels like he should be in almost anything that's red aggro, in my opinion, because he shows up. If you used all mountains to cast him, then he gets +1, which makes him a 5/2, +1/+1, and he's got haste. So total aggro, right? Then Arena Trickster for the last creatures. Whenever you cast your first spell during the opponent's turn, put a +1/+1 counter on him. So, in order for that to happen, you kind of gotta, have your instance in hand. So, using your shocks during your opponent's turn, as long as you have Arena Trickster out there, whether you're shocking the opponent himself or one of the creatures, Lightning Strike again with the instance, dealing 3 damage to any target. Okay, but you know, for Arena Trickster to work, he's got to be out there before you start this, which is, if you think about it, is kind of untenable, because get to 4 mana, then have, you know, another 1 or 2 mana left over in order to buff them. Yeah, the chances of you know, it's an off chance. It's an off chance. Maybe all your other creatures are handling the situation. You don't have to zap your opponent, you know, and you can wait for the Trickster to. There's only 2 of them, yeah. And then instant, of course, Trumpet Blast. You know, maybe good for situation with blockers during your opponent's turn, and you give him +2/+0. Then the Trickster gets he gets his +1/+1 counter. But yeah, that's basically it. I try to stay within the parameters suggested in the toolkit guides and things like that. You know, you don't want too many low-level guys, although it kind of really doesn't matter, except low-level stuff typically is not the heavy hitter type things that you're going to need to win the game, but hey, it's possible. But you know, try to stay within that, and you know, 6 to 8 2-drops. You know, forget how many 3-drops, 6 to 8 3-drops, or 6 to 8 4-drops, and up to 12 3-drops. And then, you know, with stuff that's 5 and above, just stick to the normal. Stick to only 4 of those. You know, that way you're not, you know, your mana curve, as it were. I'm not an expert on any of these. This is straight up, you know, punch people in the face. Simple, simple, simple. Anybody could play this one without too much, you know, scratching of the head or anything like that. It's pure aggro, and you know, it could terminate your opponent pretty quick if you got to that point where Sheathen Dragon comes out. But you know, you're probably going to, you know, rely on that, and you're going to never draw any lands, which is, you know, what usually happens to me. Anyway, but yeah, that's it. I thought I'd just do a short video on a, you know, a sample deck that could be created from one of these toolkits, or a number of toolkits. You know, you got your M19s, which, yeah, had Ravnica. I don't think it had too much of the Hour of Devastation, and of course it didn't have Eldraine and Theros, but definitely had all of the usual suspects in the way of instant blaster spells. Anyway, so let me know if you'd like to see more of these, you know, these little pauper, peasant, modern, pioneer type decks. Let me know if you'd like to see some more of those in the comments. And, you know, hit like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. And we'll see you tomorrow for some more Perdido Key Gaming.